Here's the basic foundations of where the boiler house is going to go, next to the pool, which is nowhere near finished and currently empty there. As you can see, it's been like that a few years. Here we have the paving slabs from the 1920s, unfortunately. It turns out that they're slightly larger than the rest of the ones I got, but I didn't know that at the time, which was caused quite a few problems. But live and learn. Right, here I have the first bits down to test, to see fitment really. Everything fits quite well. There's the fuel tank, the outer shell of the boiler because it's so much easier to move. That was £50 off eBay, 40 kilowatt kerosene boiler. Although it can be upgraded to 50 kilowatts and running diesel if that turns out to be better fuel. But at the moment kerosene is quite a bit cheaper. Right, started making it. As you can see, put the bricks on the side at the back. That's so that I get enough clearance for the boiler and a door. Bit of a shame, but it uses less bricks as well, I suppose. That's where the pipework is going to be in the plumbing. The small part at the top is going to be chemicals, and the bottom part is supposed to be electrics. I wish I hadn't put it there now because it leaks slightly. The double walls either side of the tank for fire reasons and strength. So it's going to be heavy, that tank, when it's full. Put the boiler on small rollers, although I don't think it'll ever be rolled back in and out again. And I use steel angle line I had in the garage for strengthening the roof. Can't imagine it breaking, but if you hit it with something hard enough it would do. And that's where the plumbing's going. And around this side, the top is where the water tank is going up there for the header. And there we are. It spent quite a while like this because winter came, with a temporary fuel tank perched on the edge there, and I extended it to include a room for a few tools and lawnmower and such. Didn't realise quite how many doors that was until I started making doors for it. I did have this installed as a heat exchanger for a while. I was having problems with the proper pool heater, and I put this, well, industrial 90 kilowatt heat exchanger in. It does no good for your flow, but it certainly did manage to exchange 90 kilowatts of heat, whereas the ones I'm struggling with constantly. And then I did a lot more work without filming it, I'm afraid, sorry. But anyway, it's largely done now. Still got the electrics to sort out, and doors, and a steel door for the fuel cabinet. You can see the fuel system plumbed in more or less properly there. And in the process of making cupboard doors. Which I think are a bit too close to the ground. I wish I made them high now. Same roof as on the boiler. Plenty of space for pouring kerosene in. All I have been siphoning it. The anti-fire valve, my fuel tank, I'll more of that in a minute, and space underneath to contain it if it spills. Although I do still need to paint a waterproof coating in there. And the top of the roofs leak as well. I need to put the waterproof coating on those as well. Grr. Here we have the actual boiler with the chimney, which got a bit of molten plastic on it. And very simple it is, just that really, with a big metal box. Fuel, filter and airlock, one-way valve and in the blower. Still need to fix the fire valve up at the top. pool chemicals in the cupboard. I think I'll have to put shelves in there. I didn't want to. And a header tank. In here we have the plumbing with a pump, which again, I would put on the inlet to the boiler rather than the outlet, keep it cooler. And we've got a boiler protection valve there, which in theory should mix the two flows, but it doesn't quite work properly for some reason. I think the flow's going back down the pipe to the pool rather than back to the boiler. Right, here we are with the hatch removed. Still not finished, but there you go. Right, these two heat exchangers I've been having problems with. I just can't seem to get them to exchange what they're supposed to. The large one's supposed to be about 100 kilowatt, and the smaller one's 65 kilowatts or something. I'm struggling to get rid of the 40 kilowatts that the boiler puts out together. Not sure why. As I say, I think it's probably my plumbing more than the exchangers. And here is my fuel setup. Just demonstrate calibrating it. Turn off the main fuel. Open the bleed for draining it. Open the fuel very slightly until you just get a drip to ensure that the bottom of the meter is on level with the inlet. Shut it up so that now the level at the meter should be the same height as the bottom of the outlet from the fuel tank. Tighten it up. It's a bit tight. I think it's been in the rain for a bit. There we go. Right, to reset, turn it on. It's measuring PSI, and hold it for reset. Turns out that about 0.98 PSI is the tank full. So I'm just assuming that we'll go with 1 PSI is 100% full. So at the moment it's about 17% full. And here we are starting up, plugged it in. It's not very noisy at all. In fact, it's quite a nice pleasant noise as well. You can smell it slightly, depending on the wind blows, but it's by no means overpowering. And plug the pool pump in as well, which you can see kicks out there, little 3D printed valve, which turned out really good actually. But as you can see, I'm having a little problem with algae. For some reason it just won't die at the moment. And there we have it. Chimney, again off eBay. Most of it was off eBay. I would say the most expensive part was the plumbing, which is largely new. Thanks for watching.